Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to Barber Motorsports Park, site to race number 19 of the NRSL Coke Vanilla Cup Series Championship. And alongside me once again is Stephen Paul III and Austin the Plant.
Hey guys.
Version 2.
Uh, we didn't need to say that one. As on the front row today will be Dylan Young alongside Isaac Flickinger, who gets the pole. William Flickinger and Max Anderson will make up row 2 with Sky Commons, Peter Onjak, row 3. Johnny Gardner, Jeffrey White, row 4, and Stephen Paul III and James Qualls in row 5. Here's the rest of the starting grid as I hand over to Stephen and Austin for their thoughts and predictions.
Austin.
Well, again, this is Barber. Many corners. Turn 1 is going to mainly be our tough point of the racetrack, knowing how everyone will be sideways through there. And the pits, entering the pits, may be a troublesome as well. We did see in the duels as well. Final row, William Duncan, Alexander Rowe. Stephen.
All right, so how much time I got, Charles?
Got about 30
30
seconds.
30 seconds. All right, so the front row, Isaac was 7th, first and on the pole. He dominated with Canadian Tire, and he led almost every lap. 24 car Dylan Young won at Riverside, and 87 Anderson won at Road America, so a lot of road course savvy in the front. Coming into this race is the 4 points between the 12 and the 15 for that, and I'll go over more after the command.
As Mary Shelley comes in with a commanding points lead, let's go trackside for the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
Command has been given, so go ahead.
So also coming into this race, Keiderman, who's named the 27, and Delon Ebrahimian got replaced, and he's in the 01's pretty Shaw. So Keiderman trying to get into the top 30 to make it different. It's definitely going to be an interesting race. Last year we saw 4 incidents, one in the pits. Somebody blew up. Chris Washer died. Turn 8 and turn 9, and turn 1's going to be interesting. Oh, that's enough. And when the grip level gets low in turn 1, so it's definitely 12 more laps than last year, so it's definitely going to be interesting who can keep the pace at this track.
So Louvier, who came into this one, that's 59th in points, at least in drivers. So
take 3.
No.
Wow.
We're not gonna do a take 3 on that. Like if they die again, then sure.
Well, it's William Flickinger,
thanks
best
for
first start
killing
in the
the
series.
aesthetic on that, by the way. As pace car pulls off, so I mentioned it's a big lead. Mary Shelley, 240-point lead over Max Anderson. Rest of the top 10 is Anderson, Wilson, or Chris Wilson, Mark George, Henry Sanford, Ryan George, Jonathan Zorline, Jeffrey White, JT Bryant, and Alexander Rowe. As mentioned, a close battle for the 16th spot on the chase grid. Several spots still open up on points, and we are green from Barber.
All right, let's see who can make it through turn 1 right here. First race with the COT cars at this track, and everybody on the track. That'll be interesting. Down in turn 1, we're alive.
They made it work so far. Dylan Young getting the good jump. He's into the lead off the second starting spot.
I would expect the 2 to be coming up there. Is everybody getting a little more looser here off the corner?
Sky Commons went a little bit wide. A few other drivers putting a couple wheels off. 3 wide back here for a moment with Fitzwater, JT Bryan, and Will Hoyt.
Yeah, Henry Williams had a great Road America race, so maybe they brought that car to see how they do it. This is where we're coming up to one of the trouble spots we saw last year.
As 3 wide here for a moment, Will Hoyt gets through there.
Wow.
Henry Williams threw it in though on the 99.
Yep, with Kyle last year took Duncan out of this part of the track. 3 wide, that's not going to work.
Kyle Matthews to the middle.
Okay.
Somehow that worked.
This is not going to work.
Oh,
Will Hoyt had to lift.
Where you going, Hamill?
Oh,
I don't know where the 00 thought he was going. They made it work though. And we're clean so far, it looks like. As the 43 is... troubles for the 21.
Yeah, they wrecked at Sonoma too, so that's a tough break.
So
and
Shelton with issues, and that's going to derail her day early on.
Yeah, look
Meanwhile,
what she has
Louvier is going to rejoin the race, and he's basically 1 lap down.
Yeah, that's a tough break right here.
And Dylan Young will lead lap 1. 5 bonus points to the 24. 30th in points coming in. Oh, they spun on the front stretch at some point.
That might be when that wreck happened.
As still the top 3 close together. Isaac looking for a way around maybe the 24 there.
Yeah, good Penske track. Gardner, who was in
And
the worst.
Shelton already out of the race.
Yeah, well, Gardner, who was in the worst Penske car last year, the 77 is undoubtedly the worst Penske this year. They got a 5th place, so not surprised to see the worst Penske car doing well at this track today.
Isaac Flickinger looking for a way around the 24 as all over the back bump, or the the rear wing, I guess, actually. Back bumper, rear wing. One of those works. Peter Onjek got up to 5th. He's looking for a way around the 87 as well.
Pair of winners, Onjak and Gardner, the below 50th winners are running right there.
That is in 5th and 6th spot. Ryan George is back there as well, taking a peek on the 84.
You have Henry, who got 2nd here last year, is running 12th right now.
That is in the Charter number 7. Not often we've seen that scheme show up this year.
Yeah, Robbie Gordon cars, so you expect them to run well at road courses.
And they've had decent success, I think, on the road courses in the past.
Yeah,
As Onjek got around the 87.
I'm going to say this might be Gardner's first road course of the year. Let me check.
And we've had a lead change. Isaac Flickinger back to the top of the field.
All right, guys, I need you to log off, and I need you to realize the race is over.
I don't think it's over just yet. I don't think Dylan Young's ready to throw in the towel on winning this one.
Well, Sam Young, who won this race last year, is definitely giving some lessons to Dylan how to get around here.
As looking through the rest of the field.
Well,
Gene Sanford's got damage to the rear end of the 47.
That's probably who hit the 21 and 66 goes off.
Or who the 21 hit, because we saw his hood damage on the 21.
Yeah, Dylan actually won the only truck race here, but he didn't even make a lap last year in the Hooters Series.
66 has damage to the left side of his state water heater Chevrolet.
They might not have fixed that from the duels from Ozcon.
Battling with Pretty Shaw and the one who had to take over Delon Ebrahimian's ride to try and just keep in the race for the 16th spot.
Yeah, right there, the Bass Pro Shops car is coming down here.
Also subbing in Ethan Keiderman, trying to get into the top 30 in points, running in 35th in the 27.
Now, you got to remember, too, interesting that we're going to have a different owners and drivers, because if Keiderman makes the drivers, that knocks somebody... what's the word I'm looking for?
Well, so you'd have... Well, there might be different drivers and owners chases, because you also have to include the 99 and the 70 in that.
Yeah, 13's not making the owner's chase, I tell you that much.
As looks like two of the Evernham cars, Zach Rogers, Kenny Moma, might be getting ready to battle for position. Here comes Rogers.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Moma cut him off.
Yeah, Kenny's like, nope, not today.
And that's going to open the door for Mary Shelley. Someone's off the course in front of them.
They're off big time. They're still smoking. And
Rogers keeps it on course. Mary Shelley's going to get the move done around the outside, it looks like.
Mary only has one. Well, she won a couple races in the Hooters there. I think one at Lime Rock, but she won in Motorsport in season 3, I'm going to say. So she's not really been that good at the road courses.
Which is ironic, considering road courses are best stat.
I know, seriously. She's more of a short track or intermediate driver. It's coming up here.
Looks like she'll be able to probably catch up to the 10 of Kenny Moma. Should be able to make that move stick.
Onjak past Max Anderson up to the front.
I already mentioned that one, actually.
Oh.
As Mary Shelley now makes the move on the 10.
I would
nice
hope.
Move.
Yeah, good move right there on that outside. Duncan up 10 spots after in his backup car, right ahead of the 6 right there.
Matt Duncan didn't have to go to a backup car.
William Duncan, sorry.
William Duncan was in the, he had the blown, he had the backup car, that's right. So currently at Henry Stanford's back in 28, so clearly I think he must have been one of the cars that we saw go, or the smoke, or the dust up in turn 2. He's now behind Jesse Turner in the 41, who's just in need of a good run, period.
One of the most forgettable winners probably after the season. Somebody's up.
As James Qualls way off course.
Yeah, Qualls won at Sonoma last year, so he does have road course win, but it's been a little dismal career to say the least for Qualls.
And now loses another spot to Brock and Jackie Tang, respectfully.
Yeah, everybody kind of a little bit close back here. Isaac has extended the gap, like I said.
Oh, Nelson tried to make a look on Kira Arente, but couldn't quite make it stick.
So Nelson is, well, I don't know what Tom Gerard's record is, but Nelson is 1 start behind Tom Shelley now for all-time losing streak.
So Tom Gerard took till season 3, race 21, missed, I think, 2 races in there as well.
So you said season 3, right?
From season 1, race 1 to season 3, race 21.
So 72 plus 21 minus 2 is 91.
Was it 91?
Yeah, so season 3, so 36, 30. Right. Yeah, so she's
yeah.
closing. So she's okay, so the best way to put it like this, she's closing on the record for non-winners because nobody's going to break Jean's record.
I would hope that no one's going to break Jean's record, but who knows? I mean, if Jean can get to that type of a losing streak, anyone else probably can.
Yeah, Nelson's going to hit it probably.
As Gardner looking for a way around the 87 now, starting to close in on 4th place.
You know, it's funny to mention, too, about the 2 car. They came into last year with no, besides the All-Star wins with Day, and they've won 3 road courses out of, like, the last 8 we've had, so they've been really good at the road courses.
And now it looks like that's somewhat translating over to the Penske program as a whole, because you have William Flickinger's actually closing in on 2nd spot now. We could have Penske 1-2 here in a moment.
We don't really say that often on this channel.
And then also you figure the 12 isn't that far back. They're in 25th, which isn't that bad considering Adam Flickinger's recent runs.
And we got to remember something too. William, I think he wants to finish it. William's best career finish was 6th at South Boston Indy with half the car destroyed. So trying to get that first top 5. Yeah, trying to get that
first top 5 anywhere.
The D&Q, I mean, it's a championship, but not the championship you want, obviously. So he's trying to redeem his career, but he's not doing too hot this year, though.
No, not at all. Fitzwater just on the outside of the top 10 right now in 11th.
Yeah, right here. Jack and Gardner have been D&Q regulars this year. There's Ryan George.
Ryan George closing in on the 84. This might be a move. Looks like he should be able to at least get alongside. Oh, got to the quarter panel there through turn 2.
I will drive down to Pennsylvania. You take me out.
Long side as they make the run over to turn number 4. It's either turn 4 or turn 5. I don't know the turn numbers here entirely. And now Stephen Pollard loses a spot to the 49. Going to lose another one also to the 16. And might be fall out of the top 10.
That's it. I'm driving to Pennsylvania.
Because here comes Fitzwater.
Yeah, Ryan George lives in Pennsylvania, so I'm going to go beat him up now.
As also Kyle Matthews having to fend off from the 18 of Henry Williams for 12th.
Last week's winners at 13th back there.
Oh yeah, that's right. Henry Williams did win last week. Because here comes Fitzwater. Pollard very slow off that corner, and Fitzwater nearly tried to take a move on the 16.
No, Henry Williams then was JT Bryant.
Okay, thank you. I thought so. As Pollard now might try and make a move again as Fitzwater peeking to the driver's right. Couldn't quite make a move work. At least not yet.
Fitzwater won Twin Rig last year. That's his only win. Jeffrey White's best run was 4th. Painful loss a few weeks ago at Pink Stadium.
And right now, a good battle inside the top 10 for a 3-car battle for the 9th spot is
shit.
Commentator jinx.
Yeah, I hate to see it. Oh, at least actually some people hate to see it.
Wow.
As falls back to Allie Nelson, who was in 24th, battling now with the 40 and the 12.
I'm going to tell you something. Isaac Flickinger is checking out.
3.4 seconds up right now, but to be fair, still a few pit stops left to go in this one.
Yeah, we said that at Motorsport, didn't we?
William Duncan now making a move on Jesse Turner. This is for 26th spot.
So Kiterman, so Seth has what?
As Mark George is a full minute behind the race leaders. Wow.
Yeah, he must have pitted.
I guess. As Matt Duncan trying to make a move up towards the front, or at least trying to make a move on William Duncan. Couldn't quite find a way around. Mary Shelley starting to throw her way up into this mix, up just outside the top 30 now.
Probably one of the most forgettable drivers in the series this year has been Brian Hart in the 55.
I mean, the 55 hasn't been that memorable anyway, other than Pig Stadium last year.
That's the only career highlight they have.
And that's not exactly a highlight you want to have.
The only highlight, well, the 00 has been head and shoulders the best MWR car.
That is true. They've also been the longest running MWR car.
That is very true too.
Because you had Jeff James that ran the car, the 00 for MWR in 2005. No.
What are you talking about?
Was it 2005 or 2006 that he ran that?
2006.
Thank you.
Talking about following race, Steve Paul has made the chase the last 2 years in a row. He's in 20th right now, and he's had I can't even talk.
It's abysmal. It's been abysmal.
It's been abysmal.
Steve Pollard, not much better than Louvier, comes into this race 58th in points.
He doesn't even have a top 10 this year. That's how abysmal it's been.
I mean, he's one of many. There are, just looking at towards the bottom, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drivers who do not have a top 10. Now, granted, one of those 8 has also only made, I think, 1 or 2 attempts this season.
Wow. So Keiderman has to finish 35th or better, or 25th or better to feel confident where Seth can't beat him in the D&Q race.
Mm-hmm. Well, right now, the 27 is currently running in 35th.
Well, that would be dead tied right now, and obviously that can't happen.
And we've had a change of the lead.
How? Oh, he must have
99's on pit lane. So too is the 77.
Okay,
and the 2.
Say.
So
Yep,
first set of pit stops are starting here.
Yeah, last year S3 Motorsports got killed in the pits, and how does somebody not have a pit box?
New car?
Must be.
Nope. So Isaac Flickinger, William Flickinger off pit lane, 49 also, as well as the 10 and the 15 on pit lane.
Now we see the 78 car last year pull off good strategy.
And Max Anderson up here right now is maybe French Rose got another good strategy this year.
Well, I mean, they had good strategy for Road America to win, so, get some of those Denver mattresses.
Mm-hmm. So we'll have to wait and see how the strategy plays out. I think the undercut's probably going to be strong here today, but I've been wrong before.
Well, we saw Matt Duncan almost pull off the upset in the duels, and we saw some good undercuts to make the field for some drivers there.
Well, looks like Anderson's probably not setting up the pit, at least based on that line.
Yeah, Anderson's 17th last year here. Yep.
Well, top 4 are all pitting, so let's see if anyone actually decides to stay out.
I'll be surprised if someone does.
I wouldn't.
Nope.
Steve Pollard is going to be the one brave
surprised.
soul.
But you know what? At this point, the way the laps they're pitting is, so if you make it, so let's see, you would have to make, you can make it on 3 more stops from here, and then if you pit now, it's about the same thing, unless you save 2 laps of fuel.
Well, so what it's going to look like is, it looks like the 82 is going to try and pit lap 11 onto 12. So,
which that's doable actually.
I mean, that puts you pitting on 11, 22, and then 33.
If you can save.
As Gardner, first off pit lane of that group.
He beats Dylan Young. What a pit stop by Jay Gardner.
So it looks, I mean, obviously Steve Pollard still has to cycle through on this, so that's the only thing. But it's Penske 1-2, then Hendrick 3-4. And then technically 12? RCR 5-6, somewhat. Where did William Brock come through out of all this, though? He's up to 6th.
Yeah,
provisionally.
Brock has been pretty dismal in his career here, too, so looking for a good
31st in points, still looking for his first top 5 on the season for that 20 car.
Yeah, his best career finish for Brock is, where are you, Mr. Brock? He is a 3rd from Riverside last year, so you know what? He's pretty good at the road courses, too, I guess.
Well, I mean, that doesn't say much about his road courses. It's just... Yeah. Steve Pollard does indeed pit on lap 11. Now, he didn't lead the lap. Where's his pit stall going to be? Can he actually get credit for leading a lap here?
And survey says it's right behind the line, probably. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Not by... Yeah. It ain't that far back. As Isaac Flickinger is going to come to the line. He's going to lead the lap. So we keep up with just 2 race leaders so far.
Yep, as the 77's closing, actually.
So 77 to within a second, and he was definitely not that close when the pit stop cycle began.
No, last time the 77 won in the series was with Henry Williams. I was thinking of Steve Powell when he won in the season 1 in the car.
As
Dylan
Young is indeed 4th. It's Onjak 5th. Anderson is in 6th with a battle for that spot raging now with him and William Brock.
Anybody else out of the race or some incidents?
8th place is Ryan George. So far, no, just the one retirement. Sky Commons is 9th. Tristan Wilhoit is in 10th. It is Jeffrey White 11th. Kyle Matthews 12th. Algebra Announce is 13th. Kira Arenthate is 14th. Derek Hamill is now up to 15th, passing Fitzwater. 17th is JT Bryant. Steve Pollard is 19th. And Henry Williams, through all this, is 20th. Then you have Ali Nelson is going to be in 21st, according to what I can count here. Unless I miscounted. I don't know. It's possible. Jackie Tang is in 22nd, I guess? I don't know. It gets harder to count it as you go this far back. Looks like Keiderman was last scored 33rd. I would assume that's about where he's at. Stephen Paul 3rd, now 34th after his excursion.
Yeah.
Kenny Moma. There's Gene Sanford with issues today.
So 77's getting closer right here.
Yeah, William Flickinger looking like he might have a good car here today. I would not be able to believe that was Louvier kicking up the dust there.
Yes, the 77 pretty much took over the 06, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was
Okay, I did
season.
miscount because Steve Pollard was 18th. So that's where that messed up.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad season for Gardy. He missed about 20 plus races.
As they're still coming across the line actually back there with 39. So, but either way, we know that it's going to be Gene Sanford 40th, Louvier's 41st right now.
Yeah. So, where's that Adam Flickinger? He must be missing out.
So the third of the Penske cars currently
Penske party.
is running in 26th.
He's like, give me that road course car.
As William Flickinger looking for a way around the 2. Could William Flickinger, the defending D&Q champion, be going to the race lead here at Barber?
Yeah, I'm still finishing the season 4 champ, but I'm pretty sure it's Mason Powers. He didn't even get a top 5. William trying to become the best D&Q champion ever.
At least the first to actually win a race, I think. Wait, no.
And redeem himself.
Well, in the future season, that's true.
Well,
I don't know who's picking up that dust there.
Well, Charles does like William. He did trigger Kevshier, so.
Johnny Gardner in a distant 3rd. Onjak is up to 5th now. Or, sorry, no, he was 5th. Max Anderson went a little bit wide. And that's going to allow William Brock actually to close up the gap a little bit there.
I think I could be wrong. I believe the 20 is one in every season it's ran. Am I wrong or correct?
I think we disproved that one point. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure we disproved that before.
Wasn't it Drew Ost who didn't win or something?
Thank you. I think I remember now.
Because, yeah, Zach Crowler
Kyle
won.
Austin, 2004.
Kyle Austin. Yeah, Crowler won in the car. Who else? Plord won. Everybody went to the 20 car, apparently.
Well, Brock has yet to go to victory lane this season, as William Flickinger actually has lost some time this lap to Isaac.
Yeah, Isaac's on rails. So Isaac won about, 2 truck races this year?
He's won 3 truck races, 2 of them on road courses. The 3rd win was at Ricky. You forgot that one before, too. You had forgotten that he had won at Ricky. Isn't it? As Anderson now has gone around for 5th.
We were losing it, but I'm back. So, yeah, Isaac almost won this race last year.
So what was mentioned there was Isaac Flickinger has 3 wins on the Truck Series this season.
Yeah.
Which was Most Sport, Ricky, and then last weekend at Portland.
Wow, yeah, so yeah, that's right. I mentioned last week and last year, Sam Young won the race at Portland and then came here and won. So I think whoever wins Portland next year is going to win this race next year, too.
That's assuming they're at the same time of the year. As that
true.
gap did get increased out to 0.8 of a second. And right now, the battle is for sixth between Peter Onjek and William Brock after Anderson cleared the 07 and has gapped him by quite a bit.
I think I've been misquoting this week, too. Johnny Best career finish is not fifth. He actually won a race a couple weeks ago. It's been so forgettable that he actually did.
I didn't even catch that you'd said it. Otherwise, I would have corrected you.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, Gardner's in third. He's only made about 1 or 2 starts, but he's taken out every one of his teammates this year, though.
Except for the 24. I'm pretty sure he hasn't taken out the 24.
Yeah, he knows Dylan will knock him out.
As Brock right now looking for a way around. Same as Will Hoyt looking for a way around the 38 of Sky Commons.
Tristan won season 4 here at Sonoma, so he's got a road course win under his belt. Sky Commons has never won on a road course.
Jeffrey White's back here just outside the top 10. Kyle Matthews in 12th. Kira Arentheid's going to be looking for a way around the 11 of Baranowski's here in a moment.
You know what's funny? You know, I think about Pollard spin too. It's funny. Sky Commons in the 83 spun in that same spot on lap 3, and then Pollard does the same thing on 5 laps later the following year.
I guess Red Bull just doesn't like turn 1.
Yeah, it's not giving us energy.
As the race lead... trouble for Ryan George in the 49. Sixth in points, has lost the motor from 8th position.
That's our third engine failure of the week.
As this one comes on lap 16. Mark
Hey,
George
Ryan
on
George.
pit lane as well at the same time.
Yeah, he's having a bad run so far. Yeah, Isaac ran the 78 last year. I mean, they were...
Trouble!
Oh!
Isaac Flickinger
my
blows up
God.
from the lead!
Oh, my heart. Oh, no!
Oh, Gardner!
Oh, Gardner scores.
I think
And
it was
Flickinger comes to
40
pit lane
before
at the
Spinner
same
was spinning
time.
anyways.
Oh, my heart.
The dominant car for the first part of this race blows up on lap 16.
Is Kurt Busch Rageaholic allowed?
Oh
No.
my gosh, I cannot believe that just happened. As the second round of pit stops begin.
Have you ever?
I haven't.
84 is slow. I think he
He
got held
tried
up by the 22 coming to pit lane.
Yeah, he didn't want to die. That makes my heart hurt.
Camshaft blows on the 2.
You guys can win 2 road courses in the last 8 races, but you can't afford a damn camshaft at Barber.
So that currently hands the lead over to Dylan Young, but the pit stop cycle has yet to cycle through. Anderson second, Onjek third, Sky Commons fourth, Jeffrey White is currently then fifth, Kyle Matthews in sixth. And now,
They couldn't
how much
afford a damn
concern do you have if you're the 77 or the 12?
Well, you know, it's kind of funny because during the duels, the 60 and the 08 blew up on the same lap, and in this race, the 49 and 2 blew up. Illuminati confirmed?
I don't know. But, I mean, I think that concern's got to be somewhat viable if you're the 77. You're going to be worrying about what happened there.
I mean, if you're the 12, you're worried too because you don't have a
Dylan
win.
Young stays out another lap
They're just testing the fuel, and the 12
as Onjek will pit.
Well, actually, Flickinger's only 4 points behind the 15, so you got to be absolutely concerned for him.
And looks like just Onjek going to pit on this lap right now. So a very interesting pit strategy there, I guess. Matt Duncan, Jesse Turner battling for position.
Well, you know you're not going to beat the 77 straight up, so you got to have to do something interesting.
Kiterman's actually running ahead of Mary Shelley. That's an interesting thing.
Yeah, you know, looking at Kiterman's stats, he's going to try to Levi his way into the Final Four, it looks like.
As Matt Duncan slid a little bit wide there in turn 1. Kiterman looking to take advantage of that right now.
Yeah.
Not quite there, so now a 4-car battle for the 19th position currently.
Halfway
But
home,
these
too.
drivers all still have to pit at least one more time today.
Yeah, if Dylan Young wins, that's huge for him. He's 30th in points. That's going to shake up the grid hugely. And even if Kyrie
currently,
gets it too.
worth mentioning, William Flickinger in 27th in terms of looking at, well, pit cycling through.
So William is what, 40th in points?
Yes.
And he is about, let's see, Seth has a 1308 and he has 997. Yeah, that's a little tough to make up.
Dylan Young staying out again.
Look at that.
So very interesting pit strategy here. I guess maybe was it maybe the 77-25 didn't have to pit, but they got forced there because of the 2.
I think they got forced.
And then as a result of getting forced, then some other guys have changed up strategies. Alexander Rowe now will pit.
Yeah.
So very interesting that the pit strategy has gotten shaken up this much now. Matt Duncan's still looking for a way around the 41.
Remember, we saw Brett Moma, I believe it was the 15 and the 60 of Randolph do the same thing as Snowman. Ended up with Moma getting the win, so.
Oh, Keiderman goes wide. He's in the grass.
He didn't just go wide.
Got pressured from behind by one of the former champions of the series and gonna lose at least 2, looks like maybe even 3 spots here.
Yeah, Jack Halleck's on the radio. Don't turn my
Pretty
car,
Shaw
boy.
went wide as well in the 1.
Yeah,
And William Flickinger now 30. So Flickinger's last lap of 28.4. What did Dylan run? 28.3. Interesting.
Yeah,
So Dylan Young actually running quicker lap times than the 77 currently, despite the older tires.
Maybe not as far off as we expected. Yeah, another lap.
Yeah, so 24.87 stay out again. I don't remember in the testing that the pit strategy got this messed up. Oh, Jeffrey White now pits. Steve Pollard all over the back now, the 29 of Zachary Fitzwater. That is for 7th. Austin, your mic was going really staticky, by the way.
And you're cutting out, Charles. So we're having a rough night here at Barber as 29. Oh, God.
Oh, someone was off in the grass. I don't know who. Hard to.
We've had so many people.
What?
There's a little button on my side that usually turns it off, and not on Skype, but apparently it does not work now.
Oh, that's fun. As Flickinger now up to 22nd, the gap's still holding firm. A valve on the 49 is what has finished their day off.
Yeah, it's tough break. As coming up here, does Dylan Young pit? I mean,
don't know. I really don't know because we're looking at now the pit strategy is all messed up. He's got to be pitting in the next couple laps, though, I would think, because that first pit window was about 9 to 11 laps.
Yeah, so,
and we're now working lap 20, so
we
figure the second pit window. Oh, we've had skid marks there, so someone has slid. Could have been Jonathan Zorline. And skid marks on the front straightaway as well.
That was from the earlier wreck.
I don't remember those skid marks being there, though. As William Flickinger starting to catch up to Pretty Shaw.
So the best replacement finish is 4th. I don't think we're going to have to worry about that today.
I don't think so either. Because you're looking... Steve Pollard again stays out the longest. That was not there before. There's definitely some new skid marks on that front straightaway.
Now, I think Steve can make it to the end. He might not have to pit again.
I don't... Here's the problem. To get that... as Anderson's going to win the race off pit lane.
Yeah, well, you got to look at it. If he does...
As there's Flickinger. The 87 gets the overcut on William Flickinger.
We seen him do the same thing at Road America, get the undercut. So, Anderson, great job by those boys.
So, the Furniture Row pit crew working magic again. Could they get redemption here after losing out in a heartbreaking fashion last year? And Isaac Flickinger cannot catch a break at this track. Because remember, it's him losing in Heartbreaker last year, too.
Yeah, he ran out of gas on the white flag lap having to pit.
Steve Pollard, the lone driver yet to pit on this pit cycle. Now, if he's going to make it work on just one more stop, meaning his next stop being the last, I think he has to get to lap 23. And he's not going to do that. He only goes 10 laps. So he went 11 the first time. He only goes 10 this time.
Yeah, that's not good.
So he would have to go 14 laps on a tank of fuel. And that we have not seen proof that that is going to be possible today. Meanwhile, William Flickinger now closing in on the 87. He wants to still get that Penske win here today. Dylan Young a distant third. And again, the 82 cannot lead the lap. So now Anderson gets his 5 bonus points for leading a lap.
Yeah, it's going to help him try to catch down Mary. Long way back, though.
And William Flickinger to the back bumper all over the Furniture Row Chevy.
Yeah, the 77's faster for sure.
87 actually had a faster lap. 77 is not that quick in terms of a single lap speed. At least.
But over the run,
seventh
he's the
quickest.
best.
Okay, I missed where they were up there.
Top 10, not really anything changed, it looks like.
So second time around now, Anderson is the leader over William Flickinger. We'll continue watching this battle for the race lead and let the pit cycle kind of work itself out a little bit here.
Yeah, Onjack is, I don't even know where Onjack went to.
As here comes the 77. Gonna be driver's right.
Oh, God.
And move the 77 to the lead.
Yeah, that car is on rails.
Oh, but here comes Anderson.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to make. He's not going to.
I don't think so. Nope. So William Flickinger to the race lead here at Barbara Motorsports Park. Anderson now is in second. Dylan Young is third. Johnny Gardner is fourth. William Brock now in fifth through the pit stop cycle. Steve Pollard is sixth. Jeffrey White seventh. Sky Commons is eighth. JT Bryant is ninth. Tristan Wilhoit 10th. Algie Baranowskis 11th. Kyle Matthews is 12th. Onjack's back to 13th. Ali Nelson is 14th. Alexander Rowe 15th. Derek Hamill's on pit lane. William Duncan is 16th. Henry Williams 17th. Battle for that spot with Brian Hart.
Man.
Oh, Hart was close. He's going to get the spot, though, I think, right there. So now Mary Shelley in 19th. It is Jackie Tang 20th. Wait to see if Williams is going to be slow off the corner. 21st is James Qualls. Henry Sanford's 22nd. Matt Dixon, Matt Duncan, Adam Flickinger 25th. Ethan Keiderman's 26th. Chris Wilson, Pretty Shaw. Stephen Paulo III is in 29th. And Mark George is in 30th. Kenny Moma's 31st. Zachary Fitzwater's out. Oh. Gene Sanford's 32nd. Zach Rogers 33rd. Aaron Thade's on pit lane in 34th, apparently.
That's tough.
Or, I guess, technically 36th. As William Flickinger coming back to the line now, looks like Dylan Young is going to be trying to battle Anderson. Jonathan Zorlane now just getting service, so whatever happened to him, he had to get towed back to pit lane.
Now remember, what else could we do with the 82?
Oh, and Jesse Turner's out of the race. I just noticed that.
That's a tough break for Turner.
As Flickinger goes wide.
Oh, that's interesting. Can the A7 get back to driver's right?
That's going to allow Anderson to close the gap.
Right there. Whoa, too light.
And Flickinger a little slow off turn 5. Here comes Anderson.
Oh my God. Yep, he's going to lift.
Gets back in line, thinks better of it. Dylan Young goes wide. So now it's a 3-car battle again. Gardner looking on in case they wreck. Now Flickinger, the pressure is on him once again. He has to keep the car on the track. And what we thought probably was going to be an easy win for him, not so easy.
All right.
Huh? I'm pretty sure most of us thought that was going to be an easy win for him once he got to the lead. Is Dylan Young now third? Anderson now kind of falls back a little bit, so Flickinger gets a better second half of the lap. But that gap was 9/10, now down to 6/10. Looking back for any other battles inside the top 10, not able to do anything, as Kyle Matthews actually has gone 11th away from Baranowskis now. Aaron Theta lap down 35th. Onjak battling for 13th with Ali Nelson now on the racetrack. Looks like Nelson might be able to take advantage of this for in terms of trying to get around Onjak for 13th. As Onjak cannot find a way around the 37. Oh, he's got to the quarter panel now. Now he's going to... Oh! As they now actually are making their third pit stops of the day. Top 3 stayed out. It's Gardner who was the first to pit in 4th. Oh, it's Gardner that doesn't have a pit stall. Now we know.
Yeah.
Let's see what the strategy is for the 25.
I've just been cutting out, so I'm just trying to watch the other race.
4 tires for the 25 on their pit stop. Same for the 16. Here comes William Brock. And a great pit stop there for the JGR crew as they're now right up to the back bumper of the 25. They definitely weren't that close before. And Brock trying to get a spot on pit exit.
He's coming down the...
He's got the preferred groove there going into turn 4. And he's going to have the spot easily enough off turn 5. So Brock now up a spot. Let's check back in with the leaders, see if they're going to pit this time around. William Flickinger, yes. Max Anderson do. Dylan Young will stay out. So let's see what the strategy is for these two on pit lane this time. This is where I would expect at least some sort of strategy. I think that there's probably going to be someone who either goes for fuel only or 2 tires. Chris Louvier down away on his pit stop. Looks like it was 2 tires for the 43. Let's see what they do for the... Oh, left side's only on the 87!
Let's see who gets out first.
As, for whatever reason, they had to wait for the fuel. So despite only taking 2 tires, it's still going to be William Flickinger getting out pit lane first. And there's the 20. So they still beat William Brock out easily enough. That's a missed opportunity if you're Max Anderson. Like, why not take 4 tires there? As Dylan Young now continues to lead. Sky Commons is in 2nd. Kyle Matthews is 3rd. And then William Duncan through all this currently runs in 4th, but still has to pit. So we'll have to wait and see what happens here. Does Dylan Young pit this time around?
Answer is
no.
No.
So the pit window is definitely open to make it the rest of the way. It's just a matter of when you pit and what your strategy is. Sky Commons will also stay out. Same does Kyle Matthews. William Duncan, who had to start shotgun on the field, now also stays out. Henry Williams will stay out. He's in 5th. Matt Dixon currently in 6th. James Qualls is 7th. Adam Flickinger is in 8th through all of this right now. Stephen Pollard 3rd is running 9th. And William Flickinger is the first car out in 10th spot. So, interesting to see where this all will play out right now. William Flickinger, though, still in the top 10 and does not have to pit again. I don't think the 82's pit yet on this cycle, though.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Just kind of seeing where everyone's at. Keiderman trying to make a move on Matt Duncan, maybe. Or looking for a way around, looking for a spot to make a move on the 6. Keiderman now runs wide, though, and that's going to allow Duncan to get away a little bit there in the battle for 23rd. Henry Sanford's 25th. Mark George in his recovery effort basically today is currently running in 26th. And we have Zach Rogers, Jackie Tang battling for 31st. Not been the day either one of these drivers would have wanted. What?
Okay, so at least I can talk again.
Zach Rogers looks like he's going to be able to get that spot away from the 50. He does. Dylan Young stays out again. Sky Commons does not pit. Brian Hart is now on pit lane. And no one in the top 9 pit. Those are the cars we're looking at because right now you're looking at you have to be ahead of the 77. We know the 77 can make it the rest of the way. That is a lot of damage on the 55. Is that roof damage? That is.
Yes. Oh my.
Yeah, it is roof damage.
Must hit the tires very hard.
As Anderson goes wide.
Yeah.
Either he hits someone on the underneath side, which means someone was flipping. Someone was flipping. We know that much. It's just a matter of who.
What did I miss?
Well, so we're in now the final pit stop cycle. A handful of drivers have pit so far. Top 9 have not pit.
There you go.
So we know that they're going to have to pit again. Dylan Young still leads. Does he pit this time? Yes. Now do these two pit in the battle for second. Kyle Matthews making a move. Looks like maybe. As they both come to pit lane. Battle coming into the pits between the 38 and 48. And that goes to Sky Commons. 37 back on pit lane. Henry Williams in 5th will stay out, as does James Qualls and Adam Flickinger. And Stephen Paul III. So 4 of the top 9 stay out there as we come to lap 30.
We saw this last year. I think that they save enough gas they can make it.
I don't see how. As Dylan Young down away, that was definitely just 2 tires on the 24. And he's going to come out ahead of the 84.
Well.
So Dylan Young now is the highest up of cars that have pit.
Yeah. By a long shot, but the 77 will run him down probably.
Well, so the 77 has 4 tires. The 87 just has left sides. William Brock has 4 tires as well. And Gardner now trying to pass the 38.
Yeah, Gardner trying to get another solid run today.
Trying to get into the top 10. We'll have to wait and see depending on what happens with the pit stops. But currently now the race leader is the 18 of Henry Williams, but we expect that he will also have to pit.
The 18 hasn't won in the series since season 3 of Troy King, so what a win for Gibbs for me to get this
and
car.
And there is
victory
damage
lane.
to the right side of that 18 car.
Yeah, it's helping them save fuel.
So James Qualls right now second. Adam Flickinger, another Penske car up in the top 4, but has to pit. Henry Williams pits this time around. So does Qualls and Flickinger. And Stephen Paul III trying to take the spot. Contact! Oh, he turned him!
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh,
He just took out the
Dylan
president.
Young.
Good
Out.
job.
And that hands the lead back over to William Flickinger.
We saw this. Remember, we saw this at Sonoma. Tim Randolph got wrecked by Jess. And Road America, Randolph get hit out of pit road. So lap traffic definitely a factor.
Oh, and that wasn't even lap traffic. That was just a situation. The 84 decided he was coming to pit lane, and he was just not in a position to do so. So Henry Williams did get 5 bonus points for leading a lap, and it's going to come down to these 3 for the race win. William Flickinger, Max Anderson, and William Brock.
It's gonna be the 77.
Can Max Anderson get it done on just 2 left side tires?
No.
I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure you turn left, or you turn right a lot. So they see it possible.
It's just, it depends on how old. I mean, I don't know how old those right side tires are exactly. They might have gone right sides and then left sides. I don't know. Either way, William Flickinger, we know has 4 tires. We know that Brock has 4 fresh tires. So the right sides are fresher on both the 20 and the 77. But it looks like it's going to be a 3-horse race for the win here at Barber Motorsports Park.
As the 77 is just straight out, just a little bit, just enough gap. He's still looking out of his mirror.
Yeah, he's still going to have to... The 87's close enough to where he has to worry. And then the 20's getting there close enough to where both the 87's going to have to worry about the 20 as well. So it's going to cycle around. These are the top three. And they're all within a second. Gardner is fourth, should anything happen. Sky Comet's now fifth. Kyle Matthews sixth. Steve Pollard is seventh. JT Bryan is 8th, Tristan Wilhoit is 9th, and William Duncan from 42nd to 10th.
That sounds like you see every day.
What a comeback for him.
And a backup motor on that car as well. Jeffrey White is 11th, Onjak's 12th, Baranowskis is 13th, as Onjak looking like he's trying to make a move on the 16.
Try to get a little bumper to him.
Can't quite make it work. Henry Williams cycles out in 14th, Nelson 15th, Flickinger 16th. Matt Dixon is fending off 17th from Mary Shelley. That is not the move I would have expected to see there. Qualls 19th. Ethan Keiderman up to 20th after having to start out back.
Right, Ron.
Henry Stanford, Chris Wilson, Matt Duncan, Pretty Shaw, Alexander Rowe, Gene Sanford 26th in the recovery drive. Currently, Zach Rogers is 27th, Kenny Moma, Jackie Tang, Mark George is 30th. As the 87 has fallen way back, Louvier is now 31st. And Kerry Arndt, the only car one lap down right now. Looks like those two tires might be starting to show at least a little bit of a sign there on the 87. As he loses quite a bit of time there. Well, actually, he only loses a 10th. It just looked like more. As William Brock goes a little bit wide, can he keep it on track at least? He does.
Corners.
And that's all William Flickinger needed right now, as there's less than 3 laps to go from Barber Motorsports Park. It's 4 seconds back to Gardner right now. And it looks like Wilhoit and it looked like Wilhoit and JT might have been getting ready to battle for position there. Not quite. Onjak still all over the as Max Anderson. Oh, William Flickinger from the lead!
Oh, no.
Oh, Johnny got into it.
Jesus. Oh my God. What's with this? What's going on?
Oh
Jeez,
my God.
Charles, why? I just woke up. Why?
Max Anderson to the race lead now with less than 3 to go.
If you find the 77, he's at the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, Sky Commons now is up to 3rd. Kyle Matthews
I'm trying to
4th.
remember all the manufacturers have blow-ups. I bet it's like a.
We've had 2 Dodges, a Toyota, we had a Ford on the duals, and another Dodge. Knock on wood, Chevy has yet to actually have a blow up this weekend.
Charles jinxed it.
So Max Anderson now leads with 2 to go. William Brock 2nd, Sky Commons inherits 3rd, Kyle Matthews in 4th, Steve Pollard in 5th, JT Bryant's up to 6th, although fending that off from Wilhoit. Sorry, under attack from Wilhoit there.
William Flickinger had the best car of his career, and he blew the damn. I feel the pain. Just
That
the pain
hurt. That just
hurts.
absolutely hurt. As Johnny Gardner to pit lane as well. They're going to try and fix it up, but that car also they had a top 5 car, and it just goes to the wayside.
Yeah,
One of the best cars he's had all season.
No, well, it was, he did one Ontario, but we forget about that.
I said one of. I didn't say the best. I said one of.
There isn't a lot of best cars he had all year.
As JT Bryant still, this is the best battle on track right now, is the battle for 6th between the 42 and 99. 31 might try and throw his name into that mix as well if he can get close enough.
All you have to do is not blow up or pit or go off the track this
Well, I don't
lap.
think the pit stops is going to be an issue.
Yeah,
As Anderson off the final corner, white flag is out. 1 lap to go at Barber for the Furniture Rose Chevy.
don't downshift.
Well, he's going to have to downshift at certain points on the track. Otherwise, you just can't run a fast lap. He's got 2 seconds, though.
Well, Max
Okay,
Anderson.
go getting up to the gear, not going down. Like getting up to
As
speed.
Wilhoit goes a little bit wide.
You should know.
So in Furniture Row Racing won the Southern 500. They won 8 Bowl. They won what other race? They won Atlanta, Martinsville.
Road America.
They won Road America. So that they're going for their 6th career win in the series. Anderson's 2nd and Furniture Row's 4th of the year. So they're trying to come down. And
both
Brock
French road cars would be 2-time winners now.
Brock trying to be his best career finish. Steve with his first top 5 of the season. So a lot of good stories right now.
As just has to keep it on course, keep the motor in one piece. He's got about 4 more corners to go.
Just keep your foot in it, Anderson.
That's not necessarily the most bright idea either.
Well, what's about? Yeah, don't want to hit the tire bears. And off the corner, here comes the green number 87. It was a struggle last year for Anderson with a bunch of DNQs, but he was consistent. Got the ride with Furniture Row, and he's looking really good for a championship this year, alongside maybe with Amy if she's going to start making races. And here we go, Charles.
Off the final corner. Redemption for Furniture Row Racing after 1 year ago. What happened? Max Anderson wins at Barber.
That's right. Like we mentioned, they pitted on the final lap and lost it with Isaac. Great run. Sky Commons best
William
run of the
Brock
season,
second. Sky Commons third. Kyle Matthews fourth.
Matthews. Good run by them. Steve
That's
Pollard
pretty
finally.
Aaron Theta lap down in 31st. JT does hang on for 6th. William Duncan from 42nd to 8th in this one.
That's a great one. On Jack's first top 10 at a road course.
Algebra Baranowskis 11th.
So 12, how many spots did the 12 beat the 15 by?
So they were 14th for the 12. Kiderman
Oh,
up
Aaron-
in 17th.
Wow, that's top 30 right there, I guarantee you.
And 23rd for the 15.
So the 12 jumps, well, actually, maybe not, because Kiderman getting into the top 30, most likely, that will not help the 12
Well,
get into
but
the
then
chase
you
race.
look at who's 15th.
15th was the 16.
And the 16 was 9th. Okay. I don't remember what the points differentials was in there, to be fair.
All right, so the points differential real quick, because I have it right here. 1 second. It was 45 for White. Rowe was 4, and Adam Flickers was -4.
Who was the one ahead of Jeffrey White?
Ryan George was 142.
Oh, okay. Well, but so 142 though. That one he didn't even finish last. So we already went through the top 10 though. Repeat that one though. Max Anderson gets the win. William Brock his best career finish, going off of Steven's word. Sky Commons in 3rd. Kyle Matthews 4th. I'm looking for where Kyle is. I don't remember where he's at in points.
Low time Pollard.
Oh, well, that's his 3rd top 5 of the year, actually. Wow.
3rd top 10 too.
Yeah. Steve Pollard, JT Bryant, Tristan Wilhoit, William Duncan was probably driver of the day there in 8th. Jeffrey White and Peter Onjek top 10. Gentlemen, your final thoughts on this one?
It was, besides me following out half the race within today, it was actually a good race. Allie Nelson with a 13. That's a good run too. Brock, best, like you mentioned, best career race, best career finish. Steve Pollard finally gets to top 10 this season. We look at the bottom half of the results here too. As you kind of go in there.
A lot
Tough
of it
break
was drivers that are out of the race.
Yeah, tough break for Jess. Dylan and Pollard are definitely going to be having some words after the race. William Flickinger, he goes out with an accident of all things. Louvier to 29.
I'm pretty sure that's because then he got turned by the 25, and so because of crash damage.
Yeah, Louvier.
So we never will know what actually happened there.
Louvier, Gene's going to be really good for next weekend. Pretty Shaw 22nd in the replacement cars. That's good. So next weekend, we'll probably have a montage or we'll have something. The 200th Coke Vanilla Cup Series races next weekend. I can't believe it. I was doing commentary in season 1. That was 6 years ago when I was handsome. Now I'm ugly.
That was more than
6
6
years
years
later.
ago.
So.
I mean, heck, we went 4 seasons we went 4 years just in like season
You're always
5.
been athlete.
Yeah, that was because of death and computers dying too. So. Looking forward to the 200th race. It's definitely going to be interesting. We'll definitely have a lot of things to talk about that one. And we got an Indy race. Last year was crazy. We had some fuel mileage race and Max Anderson looking good.
Hopefully
for the
we don't
chase.
have someone hit the attenuator this time.
Yeah, it'll probably be whoever drives the 05 car.
Oh.
Anyways, well, bunch of blow-ups. A little shocking to me. I didn't really expect it a whole lot, even though this is a bit of a grueling road course with a bunch of elevation changes. But overall, a very, very decent race. Congrats to the winner. And yes, as you mentioned, Indy, and I'm really looking forward to that as well.
So with that said, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Congrats to Max Anderson on his second win of the season. It actually ties him with Mary Shelley for top 5s and top 10s this year. So that's an interesting note.
And
What?
well, you know what's funny thing is, Furniture Row Racing has more wins than all 500 cars.
Combined.
Yeah.
That's not that hard actually though, because I'm pretty sure the 25 is the only Hendrick car with a win.
And they're the lowest out of all of them.
Oh no, never mind. I said that wrong. 88 has a win, so they've got 2 combined wins. But either way, congrats to Max Anderson on the win. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Leave a dislike if you feel you have to, just because. Hey, without
Dylan Young will.
And then obviously comment down below if you were not watching the premiere chat with us, or leave a comment if you like to anyway. With that said, I just like to thank you guys for watching anyway, no matter what. That'll do it here for Barber. Race number 199 of the Coke Vanilla Cup Series in the book. For Stephen Paul III and Austin Plant, you've been watching production of the NRSL. We'll see you guys next time.
See you guys. Buy me some better internet, please.
We're heading to Indy, baby.